Welcome back to the Rwandan Vigilante, where we expose the truth behind the curtain. In Rwanda, the government tells a story of unity, progress, and reconciliation. But what happens to the voices that don't read from that script? Tonight we examine one of the regime's most strategic and dangerous weapons, the media. The post-genocide narrative says media must heal, not harm. But in practice, it has become a tool to silence dissent, spread propaganda, and protect power. If justice is blind in Rwanda, the media is gagged. Let's go back to the early 1990s. Before the genocide, Rwanda's media was neither free nor professional. It was deeply politicized and ripe for abuse. That abuse reached its deadliest form with RTLM, a private radio station that didn't just inform, it incited genocide. It called Tutsis cockroaches, published kill lists, and told militias where to find victims. RTLM taught the RPF a lesson: control the media, and you control the people. After the genocide, the new RPF government vowed to never let that happen again. But instead of building a free, responsible press, they built a controlled, centralized, and loyal one. The Rwanda Broadcasting Agency, RBA, became the national mouthpiece. What's broadcasted is less journalism and more choreography, carefully staged to flatter power and bury truth. Rwanda's media repression is not chaotic, it's legalized and deliberate. The 2013 media law looks liberal at first glance. It mentions independence and rights. But between the lines, it gives the government a loaded gun pointed at every journalist. Reporters must be registered. Editors must be approved. The Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Authority, RURA, has broad powers to fine, suspend, or revoke licenses. In 2016, the Media High Council, once in charge of oversight, was quietly dissolved. Its responsibilities were absorbed by RGB and Minaloc, two institutions that serve the political elite, not media development. This shift dismantled any illusion of independence. Neither RGB nor Minaloc are equipped or even interested in nurturing a vibrant press. They are regulators with loyalty to the state, not to truth. The space for journalism narrowed. Self-censorship became the survival tactic. Media control in Rwanda isn't only about arrests or laws, it's psychological. Journalists live in fear of invisible lines they must not cross. These lines are never clearly drawn, which makes them even more effective. Every editor knows, one wrong headline, one poorly timed video, and your outlet is shut down. Or worse, your life is destroyed. This chilling effect creates a media environment where the safest story is no story. Government officials reinforce this fear through public threats. One example is Dr. Murangira B. Thierry, a senior figure in the Rwanda Investigation Bureau. On several occasions, he has warned journalists and media houses that they are on the verge of crossing the line. These ambiguous statements serve a very clear purpose: to intimidate the media as a whole. They send a message: you're being watched, and stepping too far means disappearing from the narrative entirely. What results is a press culture that focuses on ribbon cuttings, development projects, and Kagame speeches, but avoids land disputes, poverty, corruption, and state violence. There is no shortage of cameras in Rwanda, but few of them are aimed where it matters. What about Rwanda's big media outlets? Are they independent? Let's be clear. Media like the New Times, KT Press, Igihe, and Rushyashya may be registered as private, but they function as government tools. They report on what the regime wants the world to see: smart cities, gender equality, security. But rarely do they touch on the economic inequality, land evictions, repression, or exile politics that dominate Rwandan life beneath the surface. The former BBC Kinyarwanda service was banned in 2014 for airing a documentary that dared question the RPF's war record. That documentary, Rwanda, The Untold Story, triggered national outrage orchestrated by the government. Rather than respond with evidence, Kigali responded with suppression. From that point on, every journalist knew the red line wasn't just the genocide, it was history itself. The RPF has monopolized not just power but memory, and that monopoly is enforced by media. The regime doesn't just silence critical journalists, it criminalizes them. Consider these cases. John Williams Ntwali, editor of the Chronicles and Pax TV, known for covering human rights abuses, corruption, and security force violence. In January 2023, he was found dead in what authorities called a motorbike accident. Over 90 organizations demanded a transparent investigation. The driver's name was withheld. No eyewitnesses, no camera footage. Many believe Ntwali was assassinated. Cassian Ntamuhanga, co-founder of Amazing Grace Radio, arrested in 2015, escaped prison, then abducted from Mozambique in 2021. He hasn't been seen since. His crime? Covering sensitive stories and allegedly supporting opposition politics. Jean-Leonard Rugambaj, killed in Kigali in 2010 while investigating the attempted murder of General Kayumba Nyamwasa in South Africa. Charles Ingabire, a dissident journalist who fled to Uganda and ran Inyenyeri News. He was shot dead in Kampala in 2011. The government always has a convenient label: divisionist, genocide denier, criminal, for anyone it wants to eliminate. Then, there are those who have faced harassment, imprisonment or exile. Chiwama Hassan, arrested after documenting poverty and social injustice. Labeled divisive. Theonest of Umubavu, arrested for reading a book about removing authoritarian regimes. Jean-Paul Nkundineza, detained for allegedly insulting Miss Mutesi Joli, reportedly linked to intelligence operations. Beyonce Baker, investigative journalist who fled after repeated intimidation. Etienne Gatanazi, formerly of The Real Talk, fled to Germany after constant interrogation by RIB over his broadcasts. None of them were terrorists. Their crime was asking the wrong questions. The media battlefield has expanded online, and so has the government's grip. In Rwanda, your YouTube channel can get you jailed. Your WhatsApp messages are monitored. Your Facebook posts can become evidence of a crime. The state operates a network of cyber operatives who monitor dissidents, flag offensive content, and report accounts. Even in exile, journalists are not safe. Rwandan intelligence is known to track, harass, and attempt to extradite or assassinate dissidents abroad. International bodies have documented digital repression through fake news campaigns, cyber harassment, and bots used to attack critics and promote official narratives. The internet was supposed to be a liberating force. In Rwanda, it has become a surveillance grid. Not all pro-government media is formal. Mama Urwagasabo TV has grown into a full television station, not just a social media channel. It presents a wide range of news, especially socio-economic and political stories, but often aligns closely with the government's messaging. On the other hand, Kasuku Media TV, though primarily focused on entertainment, is also known for attacking and harassing Rwandan opposition figures, especially those in exile or critical of the regime. While they may appear independent, these platforms contribute to the broader effort of silencing dissent and normalizing state propaganda. Rwanda is praised for its order, cleanliness, and calm, but beneath that calm is a brutal quiet, the silence of journalists exiled, jailed, or killed. What looks like peace is often fear. The RPF hasn't simply rebuilt Rwanda's media, it has weaponized it. It uses laws, propaganda, and violence to manufacture consent, to control the past, to shape the present, and to silence the future. This is not just a crisis of press freedom, it's a crisis of truth. Thank you for watching the Rwandan Vigilante. If this message matters to you, share it, subscribe, and speak up, because the louder the lies get, the more precious the truth becomes.